what made you decide this is what you want to do? I know the Eagle was doing its thing or whatever, but what made you decide I'm going to hang up my own shingle and make this pop?
There's something about being a creator and not just being a consumer. And when I look at some of the most important stories that I've been able to cover or tell during my time at the Eagle, it really was about a group of minority contractors who could not get work in Wichita. They were getting work outside of here and building fantastic, successful companies outside of here, but they did not have that experience in Wichita. And they had approached the city of Wichita government and looked at how can we build more equitable and inclusive contracting practices. These were men who I went to church with. These were men who were pillars of the community but could not find work here. And that stuck with me. So as I look at, again, the journey of my life, I don't make New Year's resolutions, I make birthday resolutions. And when I was 29, I looked ahead to the year of 40. And if I was doing every single thing that I was doing at that time, would I have the life that I wanted to live at 40? And the answer was no. There were some things that I wanted to accomplish for me. And part of that was, again, having that platform for communication. So bringing it full circle to be able to launch my business, to be able to launch the nonprofit, and to work towards, again, those same goals that those gentlemen had decades ago when I was reporting, it has been humbling because now we're making progress to the point that they're getting contracts now in what I'm calling a time of homecoming. I mean, some stories you can't write better than this. And so I know it has been an opportunity for me to be able to just be obedient to, I'm a believer, so be obedient to God's will and where he has placed me, and to do the best that I can, recognizing I am not an economist. Ebony, I do not have your title, not have your background, but I am a connector. I am a writer. I know how to bring people and resources together. So I was told, do that and do that well. And do your best at it. And that's what I've been able to do. And that's been the foundation from which I have built this from.
And you mentioned about helping business owners get contracts, but let's unpack the part where you're starting to help them get capital. And I shared this with Donna Wright a few weeks ago. We were talking about it was always hard to get capital for minority women-owned businesses back then. It still is.
Yep.
But you're doing your part. Share how you're doing your part.
Thank you. Through the nonprofit, I've been able to establish a great relationship with Aaron Bastian, the president of Fidelity Bank. And we spent almost a year looking at how could we put more financing in the hands of deserving minority entrepreneurs who might not fit the traditional profile. So we were able to create the Create Capital Fund, which dropped the credit criteria 100 points from what a traditional lending ask would look like. It waived the collateral requirements. It also created a system where when you were approved for funding through this Create Capital Fund, you would be paired with business development support. So we're not just giving you funding, but we're also making sure that that funding comes accompanied with skills and resources and information for how you can navigate your business better. That led to me also working to eventually write the city of Wichita's Propel Fund. And that's a loan fund that Vice Mayor Brandon Johnson was able to champion for District 1 entrepreneurs. But come to find out, depending on when this airs, this is going to go citywide. And so my company was tasked with writing the program design for this loan fund. We were able to successfully loan one in the initial, initial release and rollout of Propel. From there, I worked with a statewide nonprofit, and they saw what can happen when you do not have the traditional lens for financing. And so they looked at their programs and recognized one of their programs that I too also sit over required matching funds. But if you cannot qualify for the traditional match, then you couldn't have access to their funds. So they have created the Empower Loan Fund. It's Network Kansas. And that is now a no-match fund that's being piloted in Wichita and 3 other cities with the whole goal of being rolled out to other urban and inclusive communities. All of this to say, between another fund, Restart Kansas, Create Capital, Propel, all of these resources now are looking at broadening the credit flow. And what is happening is that businesses that would not traditionally get finance are getting financed in ways that support their business development and growth. We are seeing launches, we're seeing acquisitions, we're seeing people being hired, we're seeing businesses staying in business and becoming bankable traditionally. That is the work.